add an ecosphere. Then scale down by pressing S, move it up by pressing G and then Z, move it along the Z-axis. Then Object, Quick Effects, Quick Liquid. Now it's a liquid, and if you play it, you can see that those are the particles. But when you go to the solid view, that's not liquid. So what we're going to do next is we're going to click on diffusion and then click on mesh. Okay, that's a bit more like it. Yeah, I like that. That's good. So we are pretty much done with the actual liquid simulation because of this preset. But there are a lot of settings that we might want to change, including the number of particles, the amount of fluid, all of that kind of stuff, you know. So we're going to go to ecosphere and change the flow behavior to inflow. But look, it's still the same, nothing has changed. So that's why we need to go back to the liquid domain, and we can change the resolution divisions. This setting basically resets the simulation so that if you change a setting anywhere, and then you change this, it will make that setting take effect. It's kind of confusing, but you'll get used to it. So let's do 36 or so, not 376. And boom, look, we have this thing that just fills up with water. And, or whatever liquid you want it to be. So, if you want to make it a bit thicker, there's an easy way. Basically go to viscosity, you can change the strength, and now look at this. It's gone really gross now. Like, just like that texture is like nauseating. Okay, so not too bad. So the next thing we want to do is change the amount of liquid that is in our simulation. We do not want any viscosity for this one. And if you notice that when you uncheck a setting or change it, it goes like this. You can just go to the first frame and then everything's normal. To control the amount of particles that comes out of your inflow object, just change this as the maximum. 0 means infinity, so let's change it to 2000 and see what we think. Now we can play the animation and see, that looks okay. So, perfect. Now the next thing we need to discuss is effectors and outflow objects. An effector is an object that will basically affect the flow. So you can add a cube and move it up into your simulation and scale it down a little and make sure that's under your object, and then you play the animation and it just goes right through the cube. That's because you need to make the cube an effector. So all you have to do is go click on fluid for that one too, then click effector, and now look. Remember what I told you about changing the resolution divisions? Let's change again, reset the fluid simulation, and now we can watch it. See, that worked perfectly. So it just basically fell on top of the cube, like it was supposed to do. So you can make different containers for the water and anything you need this way. And basically that's it, except for one more thing, outflow objects. And you don't really need an outflow object, but we can change this from effector to flow and then make sure it's set to liquid and then outflow. And like we said, we have to change the resolution divisions of the domain to say 36. And now, look, that cube is actually just sucking up the water. So basically the inflow object is the faucet, the outflow object is the drain, and the effector object is the rest of the sink. That's an easy way to describe it.